I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Right, I reckon we should catch up on a bit of car news and a bit of housekeeping and such like.
Always good to do that.
Yeah, because there's been a bit going on, isn't there? So,
yeah, a few things.
There's one in particular that we've already spoken about a couple of times that we've not addressed on here. Because it occurred while I was away, and I think we had a conversation about it, not on here.
Oh, okay.
But we should. And that is the unveiling of the DeLorean.
We've talked about it several times, but yes, you're right. We didn't actually talk about the Pebble Beach event, did we?
That's right.
That's a very good shout, actually. We should just touch on that, given that it was much anticipated, I think it's fair to say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
Yes.
And well, let's be honest, my reaction was, well, I was a bit disappointed. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing, really. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looked pretty much as it looked in the photos that they released, which kind of is it ever more surprising that they did that, given that they haven't done anything else to it. It looks pretty much the same as it did in the photos. So there was nothing new there particularly. We've learned a bit more about it, but
mind you, like you say, it was what we had in the photos, but I was seeing it kind of in the flesh and as a 3D thing in the world. It was something. I don't know. It didn't quite sit as well.
No, it's not. It's missing something, isn't it? I don't know what. It just doesn't. Don't know. Doesn't get you going, does it? I mean, there's. Maybe it's the fact that they're only going to make a few hundred, and it's going to be a ridiculous price, and you're probably never going to see one. It'll go to very wealthy people who will tuck it away somewhere, and it's kind of a bit irrelevant, really, isn't it? It pays very little homage to the original. There's nothing. The thing is, there's nothing about it that's particularly special. There's nothing on it that hasn't already been done.
That's it, I think.
There's a few gimmicks, but
it was a bit boring.
Well, it was a bit boring, unfortunately, yeah.
Which is such a shame.
Well, there's a lot of strong language in the marketing, but it doesn't.
Was it what, effing and jeffing?
No, not strong as in that kind of. That would be an unusual.
Yeah, I was going to say I missed that entirely.
Yes, but strong as in making sort of bold claims about it.
Right. Okay.
Being I can't remember the exact phrase they used now, but something about it, extending the 40 years of the DeLorean car. And I thought, well, you can't really claim that. It was produced for 2 years. The company went bust. There's then been nothing until now. That's not. You can't claim that's 40 years of heritage.
No, this is right. That's.
There was a lot of that, and obviously it's electric, which is good, but it's not particularly. It hasn't got the range of a Model S. I doubt it's got the handling of a Taycan. It's got some little gimmicky features on it. Like there's an app, I think, in its software where it'll show you where other DeLoreans are, and you can go for a meetup and things like that. It's like, does anyone really want that?
That's going to be fairly redundant with the amount of them that they're going to be.
Well, quite. The chances of two of them ever being near each other are pretty slim, I'd have thought.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, I agree. I was a bit underwhelmed with it. I didn't think it. It didn't do it for me at all, which is a great shame. I don't really know why, but it doesn't.
It doesn't feel like the complete package, does it? I'm afraid.
No, no. Price aside, I don't think you'd be rushing out to buy one.
No, I did. So, like you said, absolutely nothing to do with the price. I think they've slapped a DeLorean badge on it, and
it's not.
Well, it's
yeah.
No, you are.
It's not a DeLorean. There's nobody involved in that who had anything to do with the original.
It's too far away, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the gull wing doors is about it. It's not even stainless steel; it's painted aluminium. So
no, I'm afraid for something that exclusive, I am just I'm massively underwhelmed and a bit bored by it.
Yeah, I am, unfortunately. I mean, what they're going to do, they're going to make less than 300 and they're going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy. Yep. If they manage to make and sell even as many as they are saying they can make under this weird legislation thing they've done, I'll be very surprised. I just don't think they're going to get enough people excited enough to spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
It'll be exclusive, I'll give you that. It'll be unusual.
Yeah, but it's just unusual doesn't mean good though, does it?
No. No, quite.
And nor does exclusivity.
No, not at all.
We have spoken about the Mansory Rolls-Royce Cullinan, didn't we? We did a proper sick in our mouth about that.
That was horrible.
So
yeah. I can't. No, I'd rather have an original.
Yeah. By a long way, actually.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I have very little interest, I'm afraid, now in the new one. I don't know why. We did have for quite a while, but no, that was very disappointing.
Yeah, because we got excited. Then there was the teaser photos and go, oh, it's a saloon, all right.
Yeah.
And then
that was a surprise. Yeah.
Then it got actually unveiled and going, oh dear, no.
And there's some potential legal problems now as well.
Oh God, it's never going to see the light of day, is it? This
again, true to the original. There's a few legal issues.
Oh dear.
So yeah, all a bit disappointing, really. Yeah. So I think we'll park that.
We will. I don't think we're going to get excited about that in any other episodes, if we're honest.
No, I'm not, because I've read similar things online. I don't think it's just us. I think other people are a bit kind of meh about it. And yeah, now with the legal problems as well, claiming that the guys stole the designs from someone else and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll have to see if it ever happens at all. Because as Elon has said, it's easy to make a prototype. Putting something into production is really difficult.
Yeah, he's right. I know he's a bit of a
prototype.
I know he's a bit of a mental, but well, he is in a bit. But
he is, but there are certain areas where he knows what he's talking about.
Oh dear. So yeah, that was all excitement. all culminating in full anticlimax.
Yeah,
so that was good.
I can't even say why. Really, it just was.
Would you like some more utter nonsense and anticlimactic news?
Well, while we're on the theme of being miserable, yes.
Yeah, all right. Let's do it. The all-new Ferrari SUV.
Oh, God. I saw that. Yeah.
And, I mean, I am going to have a go at pronouncing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've no. It's just a collection of consonants. I don't know.
I'm afraid I think it's pura sangue.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I think, but yeah, don't hold me to it. But
Not sure. Yeah, maybe you have to say it with an Italian accent. Maybe that helps.
I'm not going to try that.
No, fair enough.
I won't be able to pull that off, I'm afraid.
Politica.
It's not. It's an utter munter.
It's not. It's horrible. I mean, we weren't, waiting with bated breath for another SUV, were we? But
I just. Oh, dear. No. Like you said, we've talked about it before. We were with the Lotus stuff that we spoke about. Going right, this is a launch bed. It's going to save the company doing an SUV. Blah 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 blah.
We could see, although we didn't like it, we accepted why they were doing it and why they had to do it. Yes,
but I don't think Ferrari need to do this.
I wouldn't have said so. Nope.
There are a lot of Ferraris about.
Yes, and there always will be.
And I just get it out.
I know.
Oh,
yeah. I don't understand it.
That's it. And they're all excited about their
and
wonderful V12.
It's a V12, so it's still a dinosaur.
I mean, by all means, make a V12, but put it in something interesting, you weirdos.
Yes. Oh, I'm just looking at a picture. It's horrible, isn't it?
But they've gone and done this and gone, right, we've got this dry-sumped V12, revs to over 8,000, got over 700 horsepower. Great, but it's packaged in a turd.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Please stop it.
4-seat Ferraris always depreciate massively quickly. So
they do.
Yeah, they always have.
But I tell you what, I mean, we have sicked up about that, and we don't need to dwell on it. It's unanimous. You and I both think that's utter crap, and we don't.
It's horrible.
It does that unlike the Lotus one, that does not need to exist.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I have no interest in that at all.
No, that's good. So I'll tell you what then. Let's should we take your segue? We'll go from miserable. I've got other car news, but I'm going to take your little segue that you got there. 4-seat Ferraris.
Yeah.
What's your favourite?
My favourite. That's a very good question. The one that springs to mind is the 612 Scaglietti.
Oh, it's a very good choice. It's very good.
It's the it's the least weird looking.
Yeah.
I quite like the FF, but it's not as sleek, I don't think, as the Scaglietti.
No.
I would probably go for the earlier car if I were choosing. I think so.
I think that's fair.
What was the one from the 1980s? The boxy one.
The 400?
Is it the 400? Might have been. Let's have a look. I'm not up on mid. There's one at Haynes. Yeah. Oh no, the 365.
365.
Was that not a? Or am I looking at the wrong number?
Hang on. Because I think the 365, that's a tricky one because...
No, I think that is right.
365 was... well, the one incarnation of it was the Daytona, but they were more... I don't know if I'd say that was four-seater. I think that would be 2+2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
Whereas
yeah, okay.
you're talking about the Scaglietti and the FF,
Yeah.
you could actually get humans in the back.
You could. I think my choice would be the 612 Scaglietti. I think that would do it for me because I think it still looked quite good. It didn't look too compromised by being the four-seater. And it still had reasonable luggage space and things like that. So
yeah, really strong choice, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd go with the 612. Which let's while we're on the subject, I'm going to have a look at the sort of prices they're going for.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, you look up the prices, and
I'm going in.
I'll fill you in on my choice.
I do. Yes.
Mine would be an offering from the 90s, and I'd have the 456.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd have that as the manual. I'd have the 6-speed manual. And I like it as well because it comes with the tailor-made luggage as well.
Oh, that is a strong choice. Yes, that's a very strong choice. Yeah. I'd actually forgotten about that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very strong choice.
Because they launched it in that dark blue metallic.
Yes, they did.
And I think that's the colour to have it in because it doesn't look quite so good in red, I'll be honest.
No, I don't think the four seats do, actually.
No. Yeah, because you're right. I mean, you mentioning the 612. Yeah, that doesn't look as good in red. The FF can get away with red.
Yeah, the FF can get away with red.
I tell you what, maybe it can't. Well, it looks okay, but I tell you what, I'd like it in. I'd probably like it in a dark metallic red, actually.
Oh, yeah, good choice. Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. Have you found some prices? You've been looking at the current 612 market.
I have. Unfortunately, my screen isn't wide enough to get all the numbers in.
Oh, really? Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing, is it? Oh dear.
You've gone back up again.
Go on, then. We got
the cheapest one I can find. 612 Scaglietti. The 5.5 6-speed manual on this one.
Excellent.
2006 car, black with cream interior.
Yep.
Oh, dirty.
That's nice.
23,000 miles from new. Extensive history file. 150 grand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not 4-seat Ferrari price.
No, that's bounced back up again. And there's another one here. That's a 2008. The 5.7. Oh, this is a limited edition. One of only 4 built in right-hand drive.
Oh.
It's done 2,500 miles. Go
on then.
220 grand.
Jeez. Okay.
Hey, that's gone silly. That.
Yep, the world's gone balmy. While you've been doing that, I've gone down the 456 rabbit hole.
I imagine that's a little bit more sensible.
It is. I have found a manual in blue with the not cream but tan leather.
Oh,
absolutely gorgeous. I tell you what, those interiors are just such a lovely place because they're really uncomplicated.
Yeah.
Really lovely. It's got 57,000 miles on the clock. Fantastic history. And that is £60,000.
Okay, well, it's a little bit more sensible.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's a bargain, but
no,
that's a lot of car.
It is.
It
is. That's. I'm not gonna say that's good value.
No. It's not consumer advice there, but still.
No, it's not. Nevertheless, yeah, good choice. Very good choice.
Yes, I like a bit of that. I'll tell you what then, let's just for argument's sake just fired up the 400s as well. And they are a similar price point actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So similar price point to the 456. But 456 is staggeringly more beautiful than the 400s.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yes.
Yes.
Good choice. Good choice, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I approve of that. Yes,
Yeah,
I had forgotten about that. Otherwise, I might have picked it myself.
Okay,
Yes.
that's all right then. So yeah, we're all right. We went from hideous all the way to lovely.
We did. Yeah. Bypassing the Roma completely.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No.
I really don't. It's just it doesn't look like Ferrari, does it?
I don't think it does. No, I think it looks more like more like an F-Type with a bad body kit.
Yeah, it's definitely got an air of Jag or a whiff of Aston about it. It's something like that.
It has. But as I say, with the Halford's body kit, I think that's not good. Yeah.
It's not right. Okay then. Let's go for more consumer and current event news. This. Well, I wouldn't say consumer advice on this one, but it does look quite nice in a rather brash kind of way. New Mustang.
Oh, I did see a bit of this. Yes.
It's a shame that all the launch photos were in that sort of really drab blue with the black wheels and such like.
Well, it's bound to have black wheels, isn't it? That's what you do these days.
Yeah, that's what the people seem to want, maybe. But again, they probably don't actually want that. They just got no choice in the matter.
Yes, exactly. They probably have to pay an extortionate price to get them in silver. Yes.
Yeah. So, but there it is, and it's still got a 5-litre V8.
Yes. Yes. Well, they're doing other things with the electric Mustang, aren't they? So.
Yes, whereas this one is allowed to have the Mustang badge and name. You see, this is
you're all right with that.
Yeah, this is what it's for, and it's going to come with its own motorsport program as well. They're launching this new Mustang, but they're keeping it in mind and going, right, we've already thought about it. We've got GT3, GT4, NASCAR. They've already got it all sorted,
all planned out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you are going to see a Mustang this generation. I think 7th generation.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah.
7th or 8th. But you'll see a Mustang at Le Mans by the sound of it.
I think it looks a little bit Japanesey.
Is it the window lines?
It's partly that, and it's partly the black bar on the front below the grille.
Okay. Yeah.
I just think it. Yeah, it's got a whiff of GTR about it.
Yeah, there's a hint of that there.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, on the whole, that's a brutish thing. I like the look of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does look like it's up to no good, which is what you want from a Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what though. There was something in the Gumpf about it. It has still get it as a manual.
Yeah. Quite right.
And apparently, it has a 3D printed titanium shift ball.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited by that.
It's a gear knob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Shift ball.
Yeah. That's what they call it over there. They call it the shifter.
But the shift ball.
Yeah, well, they've got
this is a new phrase, surely.
They've got a form for that, haven't they? Because the Puma has a shift ball, as I will now be calling it from this point on. Okay, just so you're aware.
Yeah, all right, good. They are also offering it with an auto box.
Okay.
Paddle shift auto box, that is.
Mm.
With 10 speed automatic.
Oh, yeah, because you need that, don't you?
Yep, it's suddenly become a mountain bike.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm surprised it needs more than 2, to be honest.
Oh, my goodness me. Having driven a car with an automatic box with paddles and 8 gears, that was too many.
Yes, you can't manage that. It's too much.
No, I'm just sitting there going, right. It's been one of those things. I haven't driven a car with paddles very often.
Hmm.
I'm not up with the technology, and I've driven a couple. But this was a very. I can't remember what car it was in now. It'll come back to me. I think it was a BMW of some description.
Okay.
But yeah, it seemed like, well, I thought, well, let's try this. I like driving. Let's try and engage with the whole thing. But you just seem to be constantly fiddling with paddles, going, no, that's not the right one. No, I can't.
Well,
it's too many.
Well, I've owned a car with paddles because
Did you use them?
My XF had paddles. I tried it once.
It's not a car for paddles, though.
No, but it had paddles. You could shift it manually in sport mode with the paddles, and no, I didn't get on with that. Well, no, I put it back in auto again.
Yeah, pop it in D and away you go.
Yeah, exactly. No, the paddles on that were strange. I don't know why they were there, but it came with paddles. But I just left them turned off because I tried it once and it ruined the fuel consumption, and excellent. I couldn't. It wouldn't change when I told it to. There was always a delay.
Good.
Which helped no end. So yeah, no, I don't get paddles at all.
No.
Just have a manual.
Because in that one, I think you must have had the 8-speed in that. Because they had the ZF gearbox, didn't they?
The XF had the ZF gearbox. Yeah, it probably was. Yeah. It probably was.
Which must be. I tell you what, because that shitbox of a V90 that I drove,
yes,
a fair few times, that had an 8-speed box in it. That wasn't the ZF, because the ZF is apparently quite good. I've never driven the 8-speed ZF.
The ZF is quite good, but it's different in BMWs to what it was in Jags because they tuned it differently.
Okay.
The Jag one was tuned more for comfort than performance.
Okay. The Volvo ones, they use a Japanese gearbox. I can't remember the name of it. But, I mean, it might not be the gearbox's fault, but that car never, ever was in the correct gear.
Yes. Yeah. Impossible to achieve.
Yeah, awful. I mean, not only was it uncomfortable, it never knew what gear to be in, and it constantly changed, sometimes giving you whiplash. It's just get rid of it.
I do recall you complaining about it when you had to drive it. Yes,
absolutely awful.
Not a good car. No, indeed.
No, and whether it was auto or manual mode, awful. Take it away.
Make it go away. Yeah, I don't know why the XF Sport Brake had paddles. That was strange. But no, I only used them once and didn't like it and never used them again.
Good, right? That's
because you had to be in sport mode before they'd come alive.
Right.
So it was you just don't put it in sport mode, and then you don't have to worry about it. They're just completely inert. So that's how I did it.
Which is fine. And I just coming back to the Mustang, they don't suit that either, do they? So
no, I don't think so. That should have a manual.
It's a very analog car.
It is. That should have a manual. That shouldn't even have any kind of auto, I don't think, but of course it's American, isn't it? So.
Yeah, true. And considering I've only driven one Mustang and that was an auto as well, so
there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Well, when they all autos at one point, the newer ones.
Oh, I hope not. Probably not the not the generation that this new one's replacing. I bet they had the choice, but I bet some of the sort of 90s ones were all just
the
up
90s
to
was
toss.
just absolute nonsense. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure some of those were. Yes.
Well, actually, I mean, if you want to go full nonsense, what was it? The Fox body ones.
Oh, the Fox body Mustang.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
That-
peak shit.
That was a travesty against the name, that was.
Yeah.
The Fox body Mustangs were just awful.
Mind you, only to be rivaled now of going, we made an SUV and put a Mustang badge on it.
I still don't get that.
No,
I still don't get it. Because it's actually quite a good car. I just don't understand, and I applaud them doing an EV, but I don't understand why they felt the need to put the Mustang name on it. It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's the same way they took the Puma name and put it on a piece of toss.
Yeah, I don't get this reusing names. Why can't you think of something new? What has the new Puma got to do with the old one? Absolutely nothing.
I don't know.
The old one deserved the name. The new one doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It.
No,
don't get it.
We'll never explain that one. We'll just get angry about it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. I think we know where the Puma name belongs.
We do, and your household tackled that beautifully. Well done, you.
We did that properly. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
What else have we got? I've got my list here of treats. We've had. Oh God, where is it? I put a link to it as well. Hang on, bear with me. My internet is catching up. Oh, it's sluggish. There we go. We've got just a brief catch up. Actually, you remember I mentioned a while back about Le Mans entries and what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
We got a hint of information about the Lamborghini Hypercar.
Oh, okay.
Which is coming in 2024. They've said they've given a teaser shot, and we've got a nice big V8 in it.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, hybrid, as we've discussed and all that, but yes, it's going to be a V8, which, I mean, I would say it's probably not their traditional engine, but...
No, probably not.
Because I'm trying to think... What have we got that's V8? Was the Araco V8?
Oh, now you're asking. I don't know. I'm going to look it up.
I'm going to look it up as well.
Oh, God, no, that's not it.
It was. I'm there.
Oh, you found it. Very good. It was it? Okay.
Yeah, so that was a V8.
I did like the Araco.
And then all in a similar sort of family of cars. The Silhouette was V8. The Jalpa, however the bloody hell you say it. Yeah, the sort of the baby Lamborghinis of that sort of time.
They were V8s, were they? Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be it. Okay, so that's the sort of V8s that we're looking at, because I mean, in modern times, you associate with Lambos with V12s, or
V12s, absolutely.
Or if you go for the smaller stuff like Gallardos and Huracans and that, they all got V10s in them.
V10s now. They've got the VW V10, haven't they? Yes. Being part of that group.
Yes. So yeah, that I thought that was not worth getting excited about, but noteworthy, as I'd actually specifically mentioned the Lambo.
Yes.
Hypercar.
No. Fair point. Yes. Fair point.
So that's a bit of that housekeeping. Restomod 911s.
Oh, don't tell me there's another one.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Who's had a go this time?
Tuthill, which is a name that's very ingrained with Porsche.
Yeah, that's come up before.
That has, but they've done one that's 993 based.
Oh.
Although it doesn't look like it when they've finished with it. It's a glorious looking thing.
Yeah.
As they all seem to be. It's basically sort of, it's got that kind of, I think they claimed it's got a bit of a Group B vibe about it.
Oh, yeah.
So they've, I think what they said, It's 993 base, but they've taken the 3.6 litre 964 engine and upgraded it to 3.8.
Okay.
They've got the 6-speed G50 gearbox, I'm sure was in it. And by the time they finish messing about with the panels, it gives it that 930 look. It's got the big whale tail.
Yeah. I'm just looking at pickies now. Yeah.
I think in a world where we've got a lot of them, we probably don't need them. But this is, I think this is in safe hands. Actually, being Tuttle.
Yes, probably is. Yeah, that's very smart.
Because they do wonderful things with Porsche. They it really is their bag. So I thought that was worth a little mention because
are we reaching a point where actually stock 911s are going to start becoming quite rare because everybody's modding them?
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Because I mean, you do worry that we might run out of some soon.
Well,
I mean,
they're not
what's
anymore,
interesting is they've gone and they've done this on the 993. What, you run out of 964s as Singer?
Well, this is what's worrying, isn't it? Are you doing this because there's none left?
It's not, mind you, it's not just Singer, is it? I mean, Singer are quite exclusive in the grand scheme of things, but there are a lot of other resto mods out there that are 964 based.
Yes,
there are a lot of sort of random little manufacturers doing it. I mean, doing it nicely. They're not butchering.
I'm not saying these are horrible, but can we leave a few untouched, please?
Yeah, well, we have said that, haven't we? Can we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we not chop them all up? Because as we've said before, there was a time where you couldn't give a 964 away.
No, they were. I mean, I'm not saying it with full conviction, but I think low tens.
Yes, they were not valued at all. And then all of a sudden, people started to cotton on to the fact that they were actually really good, and now they're everybody's base for a mod.
Yeah, but like you say, it's a massive worry.
Yeah, it is a bit that actually unmolested 911s are going to start to become quite rare. Because there's just everything is a resto mod, and you're not going to be able to tell what's original and what's a mod now, because there's so many out there. Having an unmolested one is going to become quite a rare thing.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, we'll have to. I mean, because I do like looking up 911s from time to time, and some of the really older ones are cheaper than you think.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
not.
And are cheaper than a 964, for instance. Some really early stuff. You go, all right, it's not in pristine condition, but still, you think, well, why is this cheaper than the sort of middle of the road 90s sort of stuff?
All right, then, as something of an authority on the subject, what would be the most cost-effective way into 911 ownership, in your opinion?
Well, cost effective. I mean, if you're on a budget, I know we've said it before. You just go and buy 996.
Yes. Right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
that's the fried egg headlight one, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get that for low money.
Yeah.
Like, here we go. I've Googled.
Very good.
I mean, we can. All right, not pristine or anything, not low mileage, but there's plenty of them about for sub 15 grand for a bog standard Carrera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be a sort of budget way into 911 ownership.
Yeah, that's your foot in the door, and then you go, oh yeah, but it's the one with the wonky front end. It's the first water cooled IMS bearing, bore scorer, and go, oh yeah, just reel off the cheat sheet. Just keep going. Yeah.
All the things that were wrong with it. Yes.
But
can you do anything about the looks of it? Could you do anything about those headlights? Is there any sort of retrofit you could do to?
I've seen some horrific retrofits.
Well, yeah, something that we would consider acceptable.
I would prefer to just go for an earlier model and say, you know what, just own it. I tell you what, don't go for the facelift where they made the lights more. I know we keep calling it Friday, but it goes more fried egg. Whereas the earlier ones, they have that the bonnet shut line runs into the lights, and that shut line goes through, and it's got like side light indicator. Is the cut through in the light, and I think that looks nice.
Yeah, okay.
I think you tell you what. Do you know what? If you're gonna have this style of 911, do it like that. Just go for it.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And if you go for a really earlier one, you still got the amber lenses on those bits as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at one here it's still got the coloured lenses in it. Yeah,
I think I would go that way. I'd go like full on. Just go, yeah, you know what? That's it. You go, I've got one of these.
I know it looks Japanese, but here it is. Yeah, that's right. I've still got a 911. Yes.
Yeah, you're still winning. You still got a hell of a car.
Yeah, quite. The fact that the headlights are a bit wonky, you just like you say, just own it.
Yeah, I just think that's the way to go. Those later ones where the headlight, the main headlight on the on the outer edge of it, where it went fully down into the bumper and there was no separation. I don't think look quite as good as the separated ones.
Yeah, with the big amber section at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah. I'm just looking at a picture of one now. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and I know we shouldn't say, how can you mod the lights, because we were just saying there's too many modded ones out there already. But that'd
be the way to go. I'm not interested in the Tiptronics of that particular era. Just get yourself a manual, one of those.
Off a manual, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Way to go, and sub 15k.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a bit leggy, but well, be all right.
Yeah, but it's your gateway drug, isn't it? It's your way in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be that. If I was, I mean, I do want a 911.
I think we've established that, haven't we? Yes.
But I can't even use the gateway drug at the moment. I'm nowhere near. So.
No, it would have to be really knackered if it was within your price bracket.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to need work, that.
Yeah, I'm going to be clutching at straws. I think that's
you're going to get a really horrible one.
Yeah, that's too far removed from me.
I'm afraid. It's got body in it.
Yeah, that's the sort of price point I'm at. Yeah, some sort of
it's been in the wood for 10 years. Yes.
Yeah, not for me really. No. But there we go.
No. Interesting. I just thought I'd ask. We were on the subject.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
God, after our Jag talk last week.
Yes.
I got sent a link. Annoyingly, it's been taken down now. But someone sent me a horrendous ad actually for.
Right.
It was an XJ40.
Oh.
But it was the XJR, so that's very rare.
That is very rare in the XJ40. Yes, they didn't make many of those.
No, not at all. Unfortunately, this one had been touched.
Oh, inappropriately.
Oh my goodness me! I've not seen anything like it. It was slammed like you wouldn't imagine.
Slammed and rimmed, yo.
Oh my goodness, it was slammed. Collapsed, I think is probably the best way.
Yes, there's a difference, isn't there? Yes.
It was all the windows blacked out, gel plates, fart cannons for exhaust.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, but this is a rare car. What have you done?
Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah, because I thought, well, maybe because it said it in the description. Going, "Oh, it's an XJ." Okay, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's one. Someone said, "Oh, it is an R," and it's not really. But no,
tried to make it look like one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid to say, it was.
That, as you say, that's a really rare car. Shouldn't be mucking about with that.
No, I've never actually seen one in person.
No, I haven't. Not in the XJ40. No.
Mm.
No, the X350 and not X350, X300 and X308 that followed it, the R was much more prevalent. But in the 40, that was really, really rare. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't get many of them at all.
And there aren't many 40s left now that aren't hanging out their boot lids. So
yes. Am I right in saying that those particular XJRs, they were only the 6 cylinders? I say only, it's still a big engine, but
well, there's a story here, isn't there? I can't remember where I heard this, and I'm not quite sure. I haven't researched this. I'm working purely from memory. Not quite sure the timeline of this, but at the tail end of British Leyland, there was talk of them making Jaguar use the Rover V8 in the new XJ, the XJ40.
Right.
And Jaguar engineers clearly didn't like that idea. They were certainly not using the bloody Rover V8. No. So they did something to the engine bay on the XJ40 so that the Rover V8 wouldn't fit.
That's to be commended.
And it was launched with the V6 and straight 6 engines and no V8 variant to begin with.
No, they were all in. You say V6, they were all inline 6, isn't they?
They're all inline 6, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
And yes, that's right. And then when they moved over to Ford, and Ford said, well, you really need a V8 in your XJ lineup. And they said, yeah, but...
Yeah, don't fit.
We deliberately made it not fit, yes.
I tell you what they did make fit, though, because they managed to get a 12 in there, didn't they?
Yeah, well, later on, under Ford ownership, they then modified it so that the bigger engines would fit. But the original XJ40s wouldn't take the bigger engine because if it did, BL were going to make them use the Rover engines rather than the Jaguar engines.
Okay, so that's
again for classic cost cutting.
Okay, so that makes sense, and so that's why that would make sense actually, because I think timeline wise, the XJRs were kind of the life.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The XJ40, and the 12 was towards the end of its life, and obviously the 6 was there from the beginning because it was 2.9, 3.2, 3.6, and 4 litres.
4 litre variants. Yes, that sounds right. 6. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I do go out sometimes, I promise.
Yes, you've got friends. Me. But there's, I'm sure I read somewhere that the reason for that was because BL going to make them use the Rover V8, and they said not on your Nelly, and deliberately designed the engine bay so that it wouldn't fit. And it wasn't until Ford came along and said, we really think you should have the bigger engines in this car.
Yeah, because all those 6s were all AJ6s, weren't they?
That's right. They were the Jaguar engine. That's right.
So they're just silky smooth loveliness.
Because they were doing everything they could to not have to put a Rover engine in the new XJ.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
and rightly so, because that would have been a travesty.
I mean, I've driven an XJ40. It had the 4 litre, silky smooth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I know the XJs that followed it, the R's did have V8s, but
they did. Yes. Well, in fact, the X358 was only available as a V8. Eventually,
but I don't know. There's something about a 6 in a Jag, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, and XJ6s price-wise, are they're very accessible, shall we say?
Yeah, and as we said last time as well, particularly if we're in the XJ40 era, they are probably the most it was most reliable. Did we say?
It was the best built Jaguar to that point.
Yeah.
It was way better than the Series 3.
Yeah.
In terms of build quality and reliability. Yes, I'm not going to go as far as to say it was a reliable car, but it was a lot better than what had gone before.
It's comfy, lovely place to sit.
Yeah, better tech inside.
Mm.
I'm just looking up XJ6 where we're at.
Because I remember, I think it must have been, God blimey, I think it was probably middle of last year. I think I told you I expressed my disappointment because I got the end of the auction wrong.
Right.
And I'd been part of it. I'd had a bid, and it was on collecting cars. And
right.
It was that really. I mean, I'd not seen one before, but it was kind of a plum-coloured one. It was a 6. It was a 4-litre, and I'd had a bid on it, and I'd got the end time wrong.
Right. So you missed it.
I completely missed it, and it went for I think about 1,800 quid.
Oh.
And the history on it was fantastic. It was in
bargain.
Such a wonderful state. It was really late one.
So that was an XJ6, XJ40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones where I thought, I'll tell you what, I can't really afford this. But
but that is a bargain. And of course, XJ6 is a real kind of classic boot badge in Jaguar history. I'm just looking now. XJ6 is 3-litre V6 in X. They seem to be all the ones listed here are in X350 shape. All less than $5,000.
Again, see, that's cheap.
It is. It really is. It really is. There's one here that. Is there any mention of what I think is the problem in the advert? No. It says full year's MOT drives beautifully. Doesn't half look like it's got collapsed air suspension in the pictures, though.
Oh, dear.
Maybe they fixed it since taking the pictures, but it is very low.
I'm sure it's fine.
In fact, I would say that's down on its bump stops. That is really low. In fact, you can't actually see the upper part of the tire of the rear wheel. It's like
blimey.
Alloy wheel arch. There's no tire at all. That is low.
Oh, that's gone then.
That's collapsed. But apart from that, it looks really tidy. 1,900 quid.
Blimey.
There's one here. This one looks nice. It's a silver 2003 3-litre XJ6. 99,000 miles, £3,200.
Oh,
that's a lot of car. See, if you go for the smaller engine, the 3-litre V6, that's really good value. That's a lot of car for $3,000. A lot of, because you still get all the toys, you still get the full leather interior. It's just, you just have to press the pedal a little bit harder.
That's fine. I tell you what, though, I mean, you make a good case for it, but I think my heart would still yearn for the XJ40.
That's a fair point. My pick of all of them would be an X308. Okay. That would be my favourite.
Yeah, that's fine.
If I was choosing of any of the XJs, I think I'd have a 308.
I tell you what, though, I'm worried. I think the XJ40, I think the ship may be about to sail away. I don't think it's fully gone yet, but I think it is about to go.
You think we're at that point? We're on that tipping point where it'll suddenly become a really sought after classic and prices will go stupid. Yes, you could well be right.
But there we go. Well, maybe we should try and jump on the bandwagon.
Or just buy an XJ40.
Yeah. Maybe I should. Maybe that's where I need to be.
Maybe. It would be an interesting choice.
Well, I spent a lot of time in one and I do like it.
Yeah, I can't see that going terribly well with your good lady, but...
No, she didn't like it when I was borrowing one.
No, she didn't, but that's... No, it was
angry.
Very... Yeah, that's right. Shouting. Yes.
I shouted. I spent all my pocket money on petrol.
You did. There was no money for anything else.
Spent a lot of money on petrol in that car.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what. Let's leave it there then. Let's go top tip. Just XJ40. Just go and get one now. Just do it now before it goes too mental.
Are we going to say this supersedes our previous Just Buy Mark 1 Focus?
Because
we're going in a very different direction, if that's what we're saying.
No, I'm not saying we should overrule the Mark 1 Focus. I'm just saying if your budget allows, go and get an XJ40 instead.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but don't buy more because I want one.
You'd quite like one.
Yeah,
and I would like a lend.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.